So we've been having quite an interesting little chat about the problems of diesel these days, and both Charlie and myself can remember 40 years ago when there was actually no problem with diesel. It would last for years, really, wouldn't it?
It would.
But husbandry on a barge or a yacht or a motorboat is all the same. We've all got the same problem these days, that the fuel is biofuel, and no matter where you try and buy it from, even the ones that say they're not biofuel, it's very interesting to know how much bio is in it. But certainly the length of time it lasts is on the decline. And from a husbandry point of view, you've got large fuel tanks like this. Which, how many gallons are we talking about?
It's about 700 gallons.
700 gallons. So when you start thinking of, we're now on, well, we're March 2022, and
yes.
I think we're talking about 150 a litre.
I'm very, very careful with it.
At the pumps, that polishing is an option if you do find you've got diesel bug.
But if you put the anti-bug stuff in, the what they call it, Biocide,
there's several different products out there.
And some of them are better than others, but always use that. And when you open your tank, you should open your tank up, I reckon, every 2 years minimum. And always check, every tank should have a bowl at the bottom to drain the water and the sludge out. If not, the takeout should be 2 or 3 inches above the bottom, so
Absolutely.
You're never sucking the crap out the bottom. You're always hopefully getting clean diesel.
Yeah.
But as soon as you go to sea, it will churn up and it will just become a soup in there, and your filters will block. They'll block every 30 seconds, so you're up the creek.
This is one of the reasons why I was saying about having two big
Absolutely.
filters, so you can swap from one to the other if you have it.
Absolutely.
But prevention is better than cure.
Yep.
So using a Biocide,
Biocide.
There's several different good makes out there. Some of them even do a system which will cycle the fuel while you're not using it. But the three golden rules are: keep your tanks fully pressed, in other words, keep them as full as you possibly can. The air vent, pay attention to where the air vent is. Make sure it's got a swan neck in it to start with and not straight out the side of the boat or out the superstructure. There are things called desiccant filters that you can actually put into the air intake, which will try and trap the moisture. So when you're using your fuel and it's pulling down, it's pulling air into that tank, and if it's damp air, you're actually introducing the whole reason why the bug lives in the first place, is the bug needs moisture. If there's no moisture in the tank, the bugs will find it very hard to exist in the tank at all. But as Charlie was just saying there, the inspection plate on the side, this is really good, but obviously the tank needs to be pretty much drained, and trying to work out where to put 700 gallons, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Where to put 700 gallons of fuel while you're cleaning your tank is always a bit of a challenge. And you can now buy a fuel polishing systems which are actually in your system as well. So they will take from the bottom of the tank and cycle the fuel, even when you're not using it, to constantly keep your fuel clean. It's something that's happening more on super yachts, where they're having massive problems with it as well. On my own boat, I've got instead of a bowl in the bottom of the tank, my tank goes to a slight V, and I've got a tap there, and every month we'll drain off a couple of litres, and it's incredible how much stuff starts to come out of these tanks. It's getting quite serious.
Yes.
So good stuff. Thanks for that.